protesters continue calls for defunding police, a new report shows municipal spending on police in Wisconsin has grown 60% since the 1980s. Amy Reed is live to break down these numbers and how they fit into the conversation. Amy?
This report from Wisconsin Policy Forum looked at how Wisconsin municipalities have funded police departments from 1986 to 2018. And it's not just how much, but where that money is spent most that tells us where the conversation around defunding the police could center.
I think it's really important from a sort of a big picture, city budget perspective to really take a deep look at that and to ask questions about how are we spending our money, and are there other things that we should be spending it on?
Madison Alder Grant Foster has been thinking hard about how he and the rest of council will handle the police budget this year. On top of continued community pressure, Alders also have to balance a contracted raise for officers and a projected shortfall of at least $20 million. How that will all work together, he does not know. A new report from the nonpartisan Independent Wisconsin Policy Forum analyzed Wisconsin municipal government spending on law enforcement over 32 years. In that time, police funding went up 60% when adjusted for inflation. While that did not translate to more officers per capita, the vast majority went to staffing costs.
If you're talking about we want to provide more money for the police, we want to provide less money for the police, what you're essentially talking about is staffing. It's not a situation where you could make a very substantial or sizable decrease to a police budget, but not affect staffing in some way.
That's not lost on Foster, who is anticipating the way Madison polices will have to change as the budget does. That could mean police not responding to calls like low-level retail theft and noise complaints, among other things.
We need to, be willing to say, are we okay if we want to shift some of that money? Are we okay not getting a response to certain kinds of things? That's the conversation that I'd like to start having with the community.
The council is still a few months away from finalizing anything on the police's operating budget. In fact, talks haven't even started on the operating budget quite yet. But along with looking at police, Foster brought up Alders also have to see what services they could fund instead, another challenge that the city will have to make with cuts across the board.